The idea of oneness can seem so complicated it's easy to joke about, but that doesn't always go over so well. Like in this segment of Australia's version of the Today Show, where the anchor tries to crack a joke with the Dalai Lama.
So the Dalai Lama walks into a pizza shop.
Cosa shop?
Pizza?
Pizza shop, yes.
Yeah, pizza shop. And says, "Can you make me one with everything?"
What's that? That's what it. Oh, yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Knowing the definition of non-duality is a lot different than explaining it or understanding it.
Honestly, this is really about not knowing. It's not about knowing.
John Burney is a modern spiritual teacher and former Zen monk. When he was 16 years old, he had a spiritual awakening. The year was 1969.
I was a teenager. I was, as screwed up as any other 16-year-old, if not more. And I had a lot of growing and evolving to do before I had a perspective of what had happened to me and what was happening to me.
He was a concert violinist and would practice 2 to 4 hours a day. He remembers looking down at his hands.
And going, how's it doing that? Yes, I've learned, but there was a deeper questioning of how does life work?
Decades later, Burney now supports people all over the world who are, as he puts it, looking to learn how to facilitate the natural emergence of consciousness.
When we learn how to tune in deeply without a bunch of preconceived ideas, agendas, expectations, and so forth, naturally what happens is a kind of balancing of the nervous system, a kind of healing.
Over the last few decades, researchers have scanned the brains of Buddhist monks in meditation studies, hoping to learn more. Burney likes new experiences, so he signed up to have his brain scanned at UC San Diego years ago. He says the scanner was quite a contraption. Like
some draconian bank vault. And I'd wish they'd had invited me the day before just to get used to this incredibly uncomfortable position. I said, I'm not sure I can really relax in this thing.
And more young people seem to be reaching out to him to learn about oneness. The internet and social media make it easy to find a practitioner focused on this work.
We used to say, oh, don't talk to yourself, you're crazy. And now we're like, no, please talk to yourself a whole bunch, dialogue.
Dr. Josie Valderrama is a clinical psychologist in San Francisco. She works with people of color, LGBTQ+ people, activists, and artists, and helps them reach states that are less polarized. People close their eyes, and she uses sounds and movement to guide them.
So maybe we'll be doing some drumming or some playing of the different sound bowls, like the crystal bowls and the Tibetan bowls.
She says non-duality is especially meaningful at a time when the world can feel split into two sides.
The more that we embody non-duality, the more I think that we can sort of transcend this divide and conquer programming that's out there, and that we can really connect and empower from sort of the ground up.
If you're still confused about oneness, now is a good time to turn to Pax, a novel about a friendship between a boy, Peter, and his fox, Pax. In the book, Peter goes on a journey to rescue his friend. Peter describes a feeling of merging with Pax the fox. A character named Vola tells Peter he's experienced the Buddhist concept of two, but not two. Vola picks up a wooden fox and says,
"This is not just a piece of wood. This is also the clouds that brought the rain that watered the tree, and the birds that nested in it, and the squirrels that fed on its nuts. It is also the food that my grandparents fed me, that made me strong enough to cut the tree, and it's the steel and the axe I used. And it's how you know your fox, which allowed you to carve him yesterday."
And Vola says, it's the story you will tell your children when you give this to them. All these things are separate, but also one. When you put it that way, it doesn't seem so hard to comprehend. And while the idea may not be about knowing, a basic understanding is not a bad place to begin. For Philosophy Talk, I'm Holly J. McDeed.